This is an update of an earlier video published about 2 weeks ago that I titled Medicare Fraudulent Billing for Intermittent Urinary Catheters with Insertion Supplies. I will link that video in the More section below. In that video, I mentioned that a company called Centurion Superior Medical, allegedly based in Austin, Texas, had my new Medicare number, address, and name, and claimed to have provided me with intermittent catheters with insertion supplies on 6 occasions. That was a fraudulent claim. I did not receive the catheters and have no need for them. I never heard of the company until I received my Medicare summary on January 12, 2026, and immediately notified Medicare of the fraud. Medicare paid 5 of the claims and denied the 6 after belatedly becoming aware that this was a massive nationwide fraud. This was the second time that Medicare had been billed for catheters that were not supplied to me, but at least Medicare caught that fraud before paying it the first time. I received a new Medicare card after that earlier fraud, but the criminals somehow acquired that card number, which had been given to only 2 organizations, Kroger and my local doctor that I see once a year. I suspect, but do not know, that Kroger or some third-party billing service used by Kroger was either hacked or had an employee with access to the information providing it to this criminal organization. I was shocked to learn that Medicare had paid $1.8 billion in fraudulent billing for catheters and other medical supplies to 2 companies, one being Centurion Superior Medical and the other was based in Florida. Of that amount, Medicare paid $2,722 for the catheters that were not provided to me and did not even exist, I'm sure. I suspected at the time that this was a nationwide fraud, and that proved to be the case. You will become disturbed or peeved or angry when you learn that the person who created both of these fraudulent companies was a Russian citizen who attempted to flee the country after collecting that $1.8 billion from Medicare, but was arrested in the UAE. I suspect that the money has gone to places unknown and probably untraceable. I will cite a link to an article that was published today, February 2nd, 2026, about this nationwide fraud scheme that impacted over 200,000 Medicare beneficiaries. I mentioned in my last video on this subject that Medicare was an easy target for these criminals. This would not have happened at all if recently formed medical supply companies were thoroughly vetted before billing Medicare. And even if they passed the initial investigation, payments would need to be paused if too many claims from the same new company were received over a short period of time, with a new investigation launched into the company. But this kind of fraud prevention is apparently just not done by Medicare. Perhaps some of the $170 billion that had been allocated by the Republicans to DHS and the Big Beautiful Bill, their Big Beautiful Bill, could have been allocated to fraud prevention at Medicare, but that would just be a bridge too far for them to do.